Your vehicle is not like that.
Sit up.
No.
You sit up.
In Oklahoma City, this police officer is on paid administrative leave and an investigation is underway after the local Vietnamese community is up in arms about this video footage showing that officer slamming a 70-year-old Vietnamese man to the ground after the man merely refused to sign a traffic ticket following a wreck that he had with this woman.
I'll have to write you a ticket for improper U-turn.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No,
I didn't make a U-turn. Hey, you are the police.
Yes.
So you know
Okay.
how many cars?
We are done, sir? No. We're done arguing about this, okay?
I don't think so.
If you don't sign this, you go to jail.
No,
That involves impounding your car, too. Your
How
vehicle
car?
is not like that.
Sit up.
No.
You sit up. Get on the ground.
I need the ambulance.
Yeah, I'm going to call an ambulance.
Was that justified? I'll give you my opinion and I'll back it up with the applicable case law for this jurisdiction. Let's go through it.
The way that your vehicle was located, I'll have to write you a ticket for improper U-turn. Whenever you complete a U-turn,
I didn't U-turn.
hold on. Whenever you complete a U-turn, you're supposed to be as far to that corner as possible. Okay?
No, see, like this. They have another car in front of her. That's why, I cannot parking behind her.
Okay. Well,
What you're seeing here is this Vietnamese man is being detained following some sort of traffic accident. The other driver in the wreck is also in this parking lot standing off to the side. You'll see her in a minute. It's important to note here that this man is not under arrest. He's being issued a citation and he's arguing about it. There's obviously a language barrier. As you'll see, the officer allows the situation to escalate into something it never should have.
you are required to go as far away you're not supposed to be between any cars. You're supposed to be against that curb line. Okay? I need you to sign with your finger. It's not an admission of guilt. You're just signing saying you'll take care of the citation for a ticket. You're promising saying that you'll take care of it at a later date, whether that be in court or if you take care of it outside of court.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So I'm writing and issuing you a citation for improper
Me?
U-turn. Yes, sir.
Citation, she hitting me and I got
Okay.
the citation.
Sir, you don't believe
I'm not writing a ticket for her hitting you. Okay?
No, she hitting me. You see the...
I'm not
you
writing
see,
a ticket
You see the
for...
evidence? No.
Okay. I don't think that you're understanding what I'm saying here,
I
okay?
understand. I told you. The car, the front of her turn to the brigadier, and she
Okay.
didn't turn.
Whenever you make a U-turn...
I didn't make a U-turn.
sorry. Let me clarify, okay? Whenever you enter a little intersection thing like that, you are not allowed to go side by side next to a car,
Because
okay?
if-
You have to go behind vehicles.
Hey, you are the police.
Yes.
So you know
Okay.
how many cars?
We are done, sir? No. We're done arguing about this,
I
okay?
don't think so.
We are not arguing about this,
I
okay?
want to show you.
We argue in court.
I'm like,
We argue in court.
You take the phone and...
We argue in court.
No,
We don't argue on the side of the road. We argue in court. Yes, that's how it works. Because if not, if you don't sign this, you go to jail. Okay?
Yeah,
I don't want to
go
take you to jail.
I'm ready to go to
You ready to go to jail?
Yeah, I'm
Ridiculous. Okay,
No,
that involves
sir.
impounding your car too.
Yeah.
Okay.
The officer is threatening to arrest the Vietnamese man for not signing the citation. But take a look at this. Now he goes to the other driver and talks to her, and he's issuing her a citation as well. Let me know if you see differently, but it appears to me that he does not require the other driver to sign her citation.
You got a ticket also?
Yes.
Your tag's expired?
Yes.
So you're good to get out of here.
Okay.
There's a report. I'll get to you guys in a second. Wait there. So
Sorry.
there's a This is the ticket.
Right.
There's a date at the bottom that you have to take care of it by. And then below that, there's a phone number, website, address. One of the three will tell you how and where to take care of it.
Okay.
And then there is a case number right there. Has everyone's person, vehicle, and insurance information on it, okay?
Okay. So now I guess I'll just get my insurance to go after or take care of it.
Yeah, just call the insurance, give them the case
Okay.
number.
Thank you, sir. I'm so sorry.
147.
Go ahead.
Can you roll me another unit? I got this guy up here and a supervisor. He's refusing to sign a ticket. And he's wanting to go to jail.
The officer radios dispatch for a backup unit to arrive and also calls for a supervisor saying that this guy wants to go to jail. Yet, in just a few seconds, he's going to violently take this man to the ground. What possible reason did he have if he thought it was necessary to bring another officer there and bring a supervisor there just due to the circumstances? Why did he do what he did when he did? There's no apparent reason that I can see that he could not have waited.
My husband, we stay here waiting for go to here. We not U-turn.
Okay,
We waiting to
it doesn't
go
matter
here.
about a U-turn or what. That lane,
And I heard
can't-
she hit us.
I understand that, but you're not. You see where that car's at? Whenever you enter that area, that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to leave any space at all. You're not supposed to leave any space at all.
You see that two car?
Yeah,
See?
that's what
And
you're supposed to
another,
do.
I am the third
The way
car.
where
I'm the
your
third
vehicle
car.
was located, your
Third
vehicle
car.
was not like that.
Sit down.
No.
You sit up. Get on the ground.
No. See, sir. No. Call anh ambulance. Anh có anh lại. I need the ambulance.
Yeah, I'm gonna call an ambulance.
Look at his face.
112 Hefner, roll me fire and incident of supervisor.
Apparently, in the officer's police report, he claimed that he was basically assaulted by the man, that the man hit him in the chest and then put his finger in his face and said, "Shut up." And that was why he was arresting him. But what did we not see or not hear in that footage? We never heard the officer telling the Vietnamese man that he was under arrest or that he was imminently about to be arrested. There were no orders given to which the man did not comply. There was no arrest communicated to which the man could have resisted. The first thing that transformed this into a routine encounter between a police officer and a driver involved in a traffic accident was the sudden and violent use of force by the officer. The main case on police officer excessive force is the U.S. Supreme Court case of Graham versus Connor. Now, that has three factors to be considered. But before we even get to that, a general holding of Graham is that police officers cannot use violent force against somebody who did not commit any serious crime and is not attacking them or resisting them or even evading them in any way. And I think that's what we have here, is just a sudden, out of nowhere use of violence by a police officer who has not even told somebody that he's under arrest, has not even given an order to be obeyed. But looking at the Graham factors here, there are three factors. One is the severity of the crime. Here, as I said, under all of the Graham cases, when you're dealing with a nonviolent misdemeanor, such as a traffic violation, that is only going to justify a very minimal use of force in order to effectuate an arrest of somebody for the commission of that crime. Now, the officer could say that, well, he was assaulted when the man touched him in the chest. Yeah, okay, all right, let's move on to the second factor, which is the most important, whether or not there was an immediate safety threat. Now, there is a language barrier, but I didn't hear any verbal threats made. While technically the man did touch his chest and he did tell him to shut up, was that police officer in any danger? Would any reasonable police officer under those circumstances believe that he was in immediate danger or somebody else was in immediate danger if he didn't suddenly and violently take that man down? No. Even if he claimed he thought he was, it's all on video, and the video does not corroborate that. The third factor is whether or not the individual was resisting or evading arrest. And that's where we get back to the fact that the officer never communicated to the Vietnamese man that he was under arrest. It was violence first, then communicating, well, you're under arrest, secondly. I don't think there's much of an issue whether or not this was excessive force, violation of the Fourth Amendment. But a police officer in a civil lawsuit can still be granted qualified immunity if the plaintiff in the case cannot point to some prior case law establishing a Fourth Amendment violation under similar facts. Oklahoma is in the 10th Federal Circuit. There's a couple of 10th Circuit cases that I found, and there's probably more out there. But one is Casey versus City of Federal Heights from 2007. And in that case, qualified immunity was denied in large part because the officer in that situation never did indicate to the subject that he was or would soon be under arrest. This is where they say that the arrest was transformed from a, quote, routine encounter only by the officer's use of violent force. And in light of Graham and other case law, a reasonable jury could very well find that the officer's use of force was excessive and therefore unconstitutional. And that's why qualified immunity was denied. There's another case, Perea versus Baca. This is one that the Vietnamese man could point to in a lawsuit to get past qualified immunity just by itself. And in that case, they said that at the time of Mr. Perea's death, it was clearly established law in the 10th Circuit that the use of disproportionate force to arrest an individual who is not suspected of committing a serious crime and who poses no threat to others constitutes excessive force. So this is both a clear violation and also a clear denial of qualified immunity situation. Frankly, I'm not sure why this would take so long to investigate. It's right there on video. Perhaps this is one of those situations where they're just waiting to see if the community forgets about it. Well, don't let them forget. That's how you can help, by sharing this footage, informing people that this happened, that this is not going to go away. If this police officer would do this to a 70-year-old man, what would he do to your son? Or what would he do to your grandfather? Subscribe both here and at the blog at thecivilrightslawyer.com. Remember, our rights don't end where your fear begins. Freedom is scary. Deal with it.